Hey everybody, Radaman here. Thanks for tuning in to Starbound, a Let's Play tutorial series. Picking up where we left off, I had added 2 new crew members who have now received names. So we have Hippie Shake, the soldier, and Pinpoint, the janitor. Before I go embarking on getting started on the Peacekeeper quest, well, I guess I can actually start to move there. So if you want to find where this quest is, sit in the navigation chair and just go view quest location. It's going to be in a preset location, and we're going to have to jump there. Now, I'm not going to do many of the peacekeeping quests, and the reason for this is because I don't like them. That would be the simplest reason, I know. The problem with them is they're very repetitive, and they get quite boring. Once you've done 1 or 2, you've done them all. And as a result, I just simply don't want to focus on a grindy, boring quest line, as this might be a tutorial series, but it is also supposed to be, at least, entertainment. Oh, come on. Oh, really? For reals? Let me put this down. No, wrong. Let me put this down. So one of the things I wanted to do, and I've been fighting with the inventory here, is to expand a little bit back here. I am planning on adding some additional moth traps, so I have plenty of silk for when I need it. So here we go. We are going to get a whole bunch of silk traps. Now let me organize this a little bit better. Flip that direction. Whole bunch of silk traps up there, so that we can grow our own silk. So when it comes time to using it for crafting and the like, I've got plenty of it. Now, other things I need to be on the lookout for, maybe not while I'm doing Peacekeeper, is for titanium, because titanium is going to be necessary for me to get the radiation EPP upgrade. That is going to allow me to go on to irradiated worlds and survive and breathe, all that stuff. So, let's go ahead and approach the Peacekeeper Station. Peacekeeper Station is here. There is no threat here, it's just going to give us quests. So the long and short, let me just quickly summarize / spoil Peacekeeper missions for you all. Just beware that that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to tell you basically how they work. So, how they work is that every Peacekeeper station that you go to, so here is the one that I'm going to now, it's going to offer up a set of quests that lead for you to eventually defeat a mob boss. That's how the Peacekeeper quests are designed. And then once you defeat that boss, you get a promotion, and the Peacekeeper station relocates and is slightly larger and nicer. So here is the other Peacekeeper. He's talking about my matter manipulator and, you know, how I'm probably one of the only ones to escape. And he is Captain Noble. He also happens to be, I think, maybe the first Novakid that I've met outside of Earth. I don't believe I've run into another Novakid. Oh, no, I'm sure I ran into one on the Ark. But there aren't too many of them. Novakids are pretty rare out in the galaxy. So he is describing what the Peacekeeper missions are, what they do, all that jazz. So they're a team of expert detectives and bounty hunters. Basically, they did the dirty work so that the Protectorate could unify the species, etc., etc. And he wants to rebuild the Peacekeepers. He wants to bust crime rings, and he's looking for a partner, which is me. So, we are looking to capture basically criminals, and that's more or less the entire point of these Peacekeeper missions. You'll be given bounties at this bounty board, and then you go chase the bounty, defeat the criminal. They might try to pay you off, but you defeat the criminal, and that's about it. And you have to do dozens and dozens and dozens of these. No joke. Dozens and dozens and dozens of these before you get to the end of the Peacekeeper quest. Now, because I don't intend to go to the end of the Peacekeeper quest, I'm not going to spoil that bit. I'm not going to talk about what's at the end of all of this quest line. You are welcome to, if you want, do that for yourself. I, personally, don't think it's worth it. That's just my 2 cents. Which is why I'm not going to invest time in it. But I will do a quest or two just to demonstrate what they're like from a tutorial standpoint. So here is the first of the ones. Captain Noble wants us to go capture Captain Ignoble. And I will oblige. Let's also make sure to bring our soldiers. So there's 1 and there's 2. And we'll beam down. So I have deputized them. So we have a soldier and an outlaw. Functionally the same. So initially it's going to say search the planet for target signatures. All this means is run around a bit. And, oh, already did it. And now I have to go search for clues. And it looks like this is very much underground. So I'm going to do the digging slightly, mostly down, slightly side. Also keeping in mind that, yeah, there are a lot of ores that I very much could use, like tungsten or titanium. So if I run into that, that would be good for me to grab. This is a very sandy world, so keep in mind that the sand will drop out from under you. Oh, hi. I just broke into someone's home. This is not the criminal that I'm looking for. Oh, hello. A little extra tungsten ore sounds good, and I'll just collect the oil too. You never know when you're going to want oil. So here's what they look like. As you can see here, there is someone guarding who's going to want to fight me. And he says that I'd have to track him down in his real hideout. And here I just found a note from him saying exactly where he set up camp, because he's an idiot. And then if I click on the computer confirms it. It tells me the location. Sometimes there will also be things to scan as clues, like this handprint. There it is. And now I've collected a handwritten note, computer information, and a handprint, all leading to the same location. So I know where he is now. Most of the Peacekeeper quests are just that simple. They're very, very straightforward and basic. They don't have you searching much, exploring much. It's just head to X location, beat people up, and use your little magnifying glass search tool to find whatever you're supposed to find. While I'm down here, though, I may as well grab whatever loot there is and see how good my companions are at combat, right? That seems fitting. We've got an energy wave two-hander that is inferior to my current two-hander, some pixels, and a mining pick. Platinum. So pretty good. Oh, and some phase matter. The types of enemies, the little like cat ghost things that you saw, they drop phase matter. Phase matter becomes important later on. It's not, I haven't added it formally to my like list of things to collect, but needless to say, you are going to want some phase matter, and they drop off of different types of enemies, and these little like cat ghosts are one of them. Really, any type of enemy here that phases into like a ghost form has a chance to drop phase matter. And then, of course, using a weapon, a hunting weapon, rather than just like my sword or whatever, using like a hunting bow or something like that is going to increase the drop chance rate. Oh, okay, that was slightly annoying. I had like a hiccup there. Wouldn't hurt for me to get a little bit more timber so that I can build more of these platforms to get out. Alright, so now I need to travel to Fargle 8 or whatever it's called and track down Ignoble. It's probably in the same solar system. Generally does not require me to travel very far, so yeah. There's way too many people around my chair here. Alright, so here's Fargle 8. Travel over there, and it looks like my silk is ready to go. Fantastic. Well, let's head on down. Fargle 8 Delta 3. Alright, let's beam on down. You could, if you wanted, bring your mech. It's up to you. So I did say that it would be wise for me to get a little bit more timber for platforms. So before I descend into the depths, I'll do that. What did I get here? Some random sandstone. Okay. Alright. And go apprehend Captain Ignoble is my current quest. Oops. Maybe I should watch where I'm headed. Oh, so here's another Florin temple. And it looks like Captain Ignoble, I guess, set up at the bottom of this temple. So that's where we'll be headed. But I'm going to want to collect as much as I can collect before I descend to the depths. A little bit of meds, or whatever sort of loot they have. Alright. These Florins are going to be pissed for my trespassing, but I'm here on a peacekeeper mission. And keeping the peace is pretty much the last thing I actually do. Well, we found the treasure chest. Oh, yes. That is a very nice decorative skull and a pretty crappy two-hander. But it's something. Alright, so obviously Ignoble was down the other fork. This path forked and I went the wrong way. Let's go eat, let's see, Ocean Surprise. So for some extra regeneration. The multi-jump, as you can see, is very, very, very handy in trying to traverse these tunnels and caves and temple ruins. Got a few monsters here. Alright, I might have to dig. Seems like there isn't a clear path to him. So let me just go roughly where I am directly above him, and we'll just dig down. Or maybe I missed the path, but I don't think I missed the path. There was some leather down there that I wanted to grab. Okay. Well then. Temple ruining. Commence. As you can see, this temple guard's chasing me. I'll just let my my escorts deal with that. soldiers. I guess it's just by chance Ignoble was underneath a ruin. Stop stabbing me. And here he is. I'm going to stop to get a little tungsten ore. Alright. You're under arrest, Ignoble. And unfortunately, for my dual wielding, he really can't do anything but get stabbed a lot. So, I just thrown him in prison. In space prison. I'm just scanning everything. Oh, I can't go up that way. It's too much of a jump. Alright, and then let's head on out. Some gold, some silver. Okay. Let's get this tungsten, actually, before we leave. I needed a little bit more tungsten, not too much, but... I found that if it's much more convenient to have more than you need, right? Alright, beaming on up. And that about concludes that whole mission. I mean, that's what they are, essentially, is just chasing people down like that. Keeping the cotton watered. So now, yeah, that's probably the only peacekeeper mission I'm going to do for now. If there's great demand for others, I'd consider it. But again, they're all just like that. They're all basically go find and capture. They're not all that compelling. I'm sorry to say. So let's return to Esther. First things first, I'm going to go to the Ark shops and just free up a little bit of space in my own inventory. And then we will try to get the artifact. Hello, Terramart. I don't need the secret note anymore, or any of these cosmetics. Some of these furnitures I can ditch. We're even going to ditch some bananas, just to free up some room. Alright, so then if we go talk to Esther, she's going to tell us from the artifacts that we scanned of Hlotl culture, where we might find the artifact. Alright, so deep beneath the ocean, a place called the Grand Pagoda Library. That is where we're headed. And the details are in the ship computer. Now, there are some other side missions here, like the Gladiator missions or the Dreadwing. I'm going to wait a little bit longer for those, just to make them a little bit easier when I do them. But you can always try them. For me, I'm trying not to die in this series. I'm doing my very best attempt at not getting crushed. So that means that I'd like to be overpowered for them, i.e. don't do them until I'm absolutely beyond ready. I'm doing some basic cooking here so that come the next boss fight, I will have plenty of wonderful things to eat, allowing me to... So, to find the artifact, you just go to the sale computer, go to missions, and deploy to the Grand Pagoda Library. There's no traveling. You don't have to jump into the navigation seat or anything like that. These sort of missions you just do automatically. Okay. Please beam me down. There we are. I've only brought Leth. You know, a part of me wants to go... I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to go bring Hippie Shake as well. Yep. Hello. I changed my mind. And now another long beam down. You can only bring 2 crew members with you down to the surface of planets. So right now I'm just bringing my soldier and my outlaw. But honestly, any of my crew members would be roughly the same combat effectiveness as one another. So you don't necessarily need to just bring soldiers. Just wanted to make that clear. I could bring my janitor and it would just be fine. So, here we go. Someone there. The library's motion sensors are picking up a signal. You have to help me. My name is Koichi. And villains showed up. They're violent criminals, fled to the basement, barricaded, and she needs help. She said she's going to open up the entrance hatch for us to come help her. Alright, Iron Beak's journal. I just grabbed that. And then I have a reward for Matter Manipulator. Let's see. Matter Manipulator, I have 9. And I wanted to get... Probably saving up for like a 24 purchase, so it's going to be a bit. Okay, let's go hit the switch. Take the elevator. And this is going to bring us deep under the ocean. Says that this library is suffering from neglect. You know, somehow I doubt that. It's kind of glorious, if you ask me. But some of the... You know, it does have some damage, right? So we are trying to travel through... I'm going to scan everything that I can, just out of curiosity and interest. There's also, of course, loads and loads of codex books and stuff like that if you poke into everything. There's a lot to explore here. And they're talking about all of the literature and the value of this massive library. Okay. Continuing on. Got some basic hostile little creatures. Nothing that we can't handle. Don't know where Hippie Shake went. That's alright, Left's still here. This won't go any further because it's fully flooded on the other side. So now it's time for us to deviate from the path. And as you can see, it is indeed in disrepair. We've got some flooded libraries and damaged books and the like. I just picked up the next largest, the next biggest med kit, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so let's get down to the pump. Bring the pump online to help clear out this flooded library. And once it's all pumped out, we'll be able to travel around once again. So as you can see, we've got a whole lot of flooded books. Nothing here is going to be breakable, so I can't really smash my way out and, you know, loot whatever I want. But all right, let's continue down this quest line. And they're telling us to be careful down below. I do want to do a little bit more exploring. So as you can see, the path up above has opened up for us. Okay, let's bring this back online. Ooh. I guess we're going to have to get our tootsies wet. Go over here. And here we go. Here's the thugs. As you can see, there's a breach that way, so that's going to be a no-go. And we're just about at the bottom. As you can see, this is the ocean floor, but we are heading in the right direction, as evidenced by our friend here. The room ahead is flooded. I'm going to have to swim. Alright, so if I wanted to, there are some... There are some things to loot outside. You know, if I want to spend a lot of time swimming, I'll just loot one of these boxes. But then I'll get back to it. We've got fancy chest armor and a little official notice about the Grand Pagoda here. But of course, we have a breathing EPP, so, you know, we're perfectly fine and well suited for scuba diving of sorts. All right, so this section is flooded, as you can see. And this switch won't work, so we'll have to find another way around. The official, oh, please be careful. All right, down we go. All right, here's another little thuggy. I am reaching the basement levels, i.e., be careful. Alright, so the artifact is over this way. And here is the saving checkpoint. The one to make sure that if we do die, we start here and not way up top back at the start, which would be pretty miserable. Alright. And this door, as you can imagine, is the last door before the boss. Do I have something really good for me to eat? Bonbons? Alright. I'm going to wait a second. Just to eat the bonbons as my full belly goes away. Come on, full belly. I'm ready. I'm ready for food. It's probably not necessary, but it is nice to make a habit of buffing up. And now I have extra energy. And this is a recurring character. Don't want to spoil anything. But yes. There we go. Astra Nox. Being absolutely annoying. Ouch. Alright. Astra, you basically just wait for him to wear himself out. And then you're given opportunities to do the damage you want to do. So it's sort of just one of these fights where you evade most of the time. And he's out. Let's get all my stabs in. As you can see, the doing stuff between vulnerabilities, ouch, doesn't have much of an effect. It's funny just to be like stabbing him in the face or whatever. A little coconut drink. Don't mind if I do. Come on, your final move. And now you're tired. Chop, 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 chop. You don't actually get to beat him. He does just leave. I just enjoy stabbing him excessively. But obviously it's not having much of an effect. Alright, well, I beat him, which means I get to claim... Oh, that woman, right, Astra. I called her a man, but... Yes, my bad. Totally forgot about Astra's gender. So here we are. We've got the hologram that I've been talking to the whole time is actually here in the library, hadn't barricaded themselves, and this here is the artifact. And they want to join me. The key is recovered. That would be the Halal key, and we are done with this little boss fight, this little dungeon here. Don't forget the chest. So here's Nox's journal about, oh, the universe is ours by rights. It belongs to humans. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Speciest. A sword, which is not great. a capture pod, a shield, blah, 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 and a diamond and tech card. Neat. Alright, let's go back to the ruins. And Koichi has joined the outpost. So if I run over here, we have Nuru. I'm not going to talk to Esther yet. And Koichi. So Koichi rewards us by bringing artifacts. And remember that Grand Avian Sarcophagus that I got? Yeah. That's the first quest that Koichi sends us on. But let's now talk to Esther. The next place I want to go to is an avian jungle. Usually found around radioactive stars. It does mean that I'm going to need my radiation EPP. Now, it's possible to find what we need not going into the jungle, but jungle's probably where we're going to end up going. All right, and then these... A lot of these weapons are kind of garbage. But Nuru, now that we're here, I will happily enter the first gladiatorial fight. Hello, gladiators. Now, unlike the boss fight I was in, you can indeed bring companions to this one. And these fighters here do... Oh, didn't mean to drop that. They do a lot more damage than, you know, your average sort of attacker. In fact, this sniper here is shredding me. I accidentally dropped my staff in the middle of that. Why are you in the pit of spikes? It's fine. That's where you want to be. There we go. That is the first fight. And as you can imagine, the next one is even harder. So I should probably be a little bit stronger before I enter that next one. But I just wanted to demo at least the first one. And there we go. There's a lot to scan here that I guess I skipped. But back to the Ark. And Nuru is going to give me a trophy. A participation trophy, I suppose. I'll go over the treasure over there in a minute. Alright, so go back to Nuru. And here we are, the Warrior Trophy. I'll accept the next one, but I'm not about to do it. So, I need to scan avian clues. And I've been told it's around Radiation Planet. So, these treasure trophies here allow you to collect some rare things and turn them into sort of artifacts. So, you know, perfectly generic item, or adaptable crossbow, ghostly collar. Ghostly collar is actually a pretty nice one if you have pets and you like them to look like ghosts or whatever. But yeah, so here's some sort of specialty artifacts that you can chase down if you want. I am going to... Let's head over to the Ark and for me to do some selling. I have got a pretty full inventory. Okay, these are going to be sold. Let's see, what else? This cosmetic... I'll keep the trophy, as it is relatively unique. There we are. So I also have the Koichi's request, which is to get a Grand Avian Sarcophagus. I happen to have one, so let's go bring it over to Koichi. And woo, my farm is dry as a bone. Also, all of my, a ton of my moth traps, all of them are ready to go. Now, at some point, I'll probably replace just about all of my plants here with rice. In fact, I'll do that now, because I don't really care much for the variety of foods. Maybe if I had a big old home and I was I was at a proper farm or whatever, but I don't. So I don't think I got any rice seed of that yield. No, it doesn't. I don't believe so. Be nice if I had a refrigerator, though. Let's go to our food box. I forget which one it is. All right, so here's the codex box of important documents, and I'll put some of the ones I've received in. And then this was Grand Avian Sarcophagus, so I'll pull that out. And then this was for seeds, so any seeds I have can go in here. I have mingo, banana, pineapple, sugarcane, wheat, beak seed. I think that's all my seeds. Alright, so now we have the Grand Avian Sarcophagus, because we preemptively collected it wisely, in a way. Let's also smelt some of the metal bars I have. I'm curious if I definitely have enough titanium to make that EPP as well, which is going to be great. That allows me to go to more difficult worlds. Now, again, you can find avian ruins not on radiation worlds, right? Like I could, of course, track down clues that weren't on more difficult worlds. But the advantage of going to the more difficult worlds would be that the weapons that you find are going to be better, right? The weapons, the armor, and all that. So it's definitely worth doing. It's also going to allow me to mine up, new stuff as well. Hey, Fossil Station. I've been ignoring you for a while. I probably will. I'll do one of you, I guess. I'm not very good at them, I will openly admit. Fossil stations are like little mini puzzle games. I'll show you once I have this built. So you go over here. I'm going to want a master brush just to help me out. So a master brush costs me gold, timber, and string. Let's make 3 string. 1, 2, 3. Make a master brush. And now I have a master brush for when I find some fossils. Okay. I'm going to beam down. I should have selected the Ark Ruins. Oh, no, that's not even where I wanted to go. Excuse me. Okay, let's go to the Ark Ruins and bring that sarcophagus. The reward for this is a Light 2 Augment for your EPP. I already have one, I found by chance, but if you didn't have one, this first quest is obviously going to be very, very helpful to you because it will be a way for you to cast light. So here we go. We've got a manipulator module and light. And then the next one is a big ape bust. And of course, if I check in the, wrong one, the collectibles, I did get the Grand Avian statue, the Florin statue, and the arm display armor, but I have not gotten a big ape bust. So that is going to have to wait. I already know that I don't have one of those. However, I do have this light augment. I'm going to put this light augment away because I don't currently need it. I have one already equipped. But what I can do is improve my EPP. So the radiation upgrade takes your regular EPP and these following materials and rolls it into a new one. So here it is. And the thing is, because it has consumed the augment that was in my old one, so lucky me, I happen to have a light augment that I can equip. So that works out for me this time. All right. Dreadring the Penguin. I don't think I'm going to do that just yet. All right, so let's go trying to find the proper worlds in order to get access to the next So if we check, she says radioactive stars, jungle worlds. Oh, don't wait here. I don't want you to follow me. Okay, so radioactive stars would be like this one. And there's a jungle world here, so let's try that. This is my second to last jump I'm going to be able to do because I'm running low on fuel. I got some raw poultry, huh? And probably just going to throw it out. Now let's make sure to orbit the world. Oh, there's a lot of jungle worlds here, huh? That's pretty useful. Seem to be a whole bunch of them, so that improves their chance. Because it's a radiation star, it means that the average sort of combat that we're going to see down here is going to be more dangerous, just to throw that out there. It does progress. Each additional harder star is going to be more tricky than the last. So here's the first world, Ondor Rim 1, that we're going to head to. But I am going to head down to this planet next episode. I am just about out of time. So just to recap, we got the Halotl artifact. We also did the first Peacekeeper mission. If there's really big demand in the comments, maybe I'd consider doing a little bit more of the Peacekeeper missions. They do get progressively more difficult. In fact, I would say the end of the entire Peacekeeper mission line is probably the hardest boss. Not to spoil anything, but that's probably true. If you have any tips, tricks, feedback for me, do drop me a line in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch y'all next episode. Hope you enjoyed. Farewell, friend.